This is General Watchman from the Iron Brigade. I wanted to make a video here about a conversation on Discord I had with TriadicBush, the leader of SGC. So, I think this is pretty important to get out to show how Bush really is and just how he's trying to go about this whole war right now. I think it's pretty ridiculous. Last video I did about SGC, I showed their childish tactics by being like, oh, we win the raid because you use passenger seats on a Falcon. That was completely ridiculous. And here we go again. So I come to Bush right here and I say, hey, can we schedule a raid or a 4v4 or something? Says we can do a raid. And then he goes, how is Brianna? Right? So Brianna is actually my sister. And I'm just like, what? What are you talking about? And then I just try and go on with the actual important topic. When can we do the raid? And I asked, why not a 4v4? He's been dodging our every comp request we ask. And I'll show you proof of that later. And then he goes, your sister, my sister Brianna. What about her? How's the family, man? And then I just go on and I'm like, oh, you're clearly trying to threaten me. You're trying to, dox me. And he's trying to intimidate me. So I back out of the war. Since he's going to bring personal matters into it, then he would think, oh, I'd be like, oh, no, well, fuck this. If he's going to get my personal information, I'm just, a lot of people will get intimidated by that. It's a pretty low tactic, as I say there. Pretty low. For a clan leader, supposed to be professional, pretty low to bring, oh yeah, I'm gonna intimidate you because I know about your family. And then I just go on, Monday's President's Day, can you do it during the day? And then he denies that he's threatening me. Maybe not threatening, but it's trying to intimidate. I mean, anyone with a brain would know, he's trying to intimidate you. Why else would you start talking about my family and get information about my family, And then he goes here, this is good. Why would we do a raid if the first one you weren't even mature about it? See, so now he's trying to dodge a raid. He's trying to dodge even a raid. He won't do a raid with us now. And then I just go, hey man, you declared war on us. I mean, you can either continue the war and schedule stuff with us, or you can back out of the war. I mean, and then he goes here, there's more than one way to fight, buddy. So what is that? More than one way to fight? Are you saying to try and harass me by pulling up information about my family and trying to intimidate me? Is that what you're referring to here, Bush? Because I don't know, it seems like it. And either way, if you just plan on doing surprise raids and maybe you didn't mean that, which I think you meant the first one, but even if you didn't mean that, are you that scared you can only do surprise raids? Come on, dude. Come on. You won't do comp with us. You won't do 4v4s. You won't do 8v8s. You won't do raids. I mean, come on. And then after that, I'm like, oh, sounds like you're backing down. And then he goes on with the family stuff. How is Ronald doing? Your dad. Yes, my father's name is Ronald. Alright? And then I'd just be like, oh, what? I just say, what is he going to do with the docs? I mean, it's not going to do anything. It doesn't intimidate me. And I just say, schedule something with us. I mean, I only contacted him to schedule clan activity because he, SGC, declared war on us. And now he's making it difficult for even to continue the war, even though he's the aggressor in the war. I don't know what a dox is. Hey, you don't need to know what a dox is to dox. You don't need to know what it is to dox. I mean, you can do it and not know that word for it. So, but I think he's just playing dumb anyways. He knows what a dox is. And then he just goes, oh, you can't call it a win. Because I say, oh, schedule a raid with us. If you don't do it in 2 weeks, we're going to just declare a win. Because, I mean, if you're just going to dodge us, yeah, we're just going to be like, oh, yeah, we won. They won't reply to us. That's what most clans will do. You won't do anything with us. I mean, it's been I think it's been 2 weeks since the last raid. Maybe a week. I'm not exactly sure. And I just go on, yeah. And then he goes, yeah, I said yes to a raid, and then I'm trying to schedule it, so... And he says, yeah, we're defending because we defended last time, so yes, they'll defend this time. Said, what time works for you? Oh, we can do a 2-hour raid. And then I just go on, nope, we agreed to 4 hours. If you want to watch the video, just go SGC Iron Brigade War ROE Discussion. That's the name of the video. He just goes on here. You can pause it and read it. But pretty much just what I said there. You know, it's on YouTube. And then he goes on. He's trying to get away from scheduling the raid. So he goes, yet you can call the first raid a win because you used the modded Falcon before the lag out. First of all, we don't claim a win. We claim a tie because of the lag out. So you're wrong there, buddy. We don't claim a win. Actually, you claim a win because we use passenger seats. Pretty ridiculous. Just pretty like a desperate attempt just to get a win. Like, oh, we have to get a win. Oh, they use passenger seats. All right, win. Like, it's just kind of desperate, you know. But no, we don't claim a win there. We claim a tie because of the mass lag out, even though we held the base. You know, you didn't want to do the 4-hour raid, so we're like, all right. And I'll show you this in a second, but we're like, all right, I mean, you guys can attack us for 2 hours, but when we attack you, we're going to do the agreed 4. I mean, he was just being dumb there. Like, why would you want less time to attack a base? But you can pause it and read it here. I'm just saying, you know. And now he's just making excuses. Like, oh, it's going to lag us out anyways, so why do the raid? I mean, it's going to lag us out. Just making excuses. He knows he can't hold the base for 4 hours. Can't hold the base at all, honestly. But I just go on here. And I missed something here. He tries to get a little bit detailed here. After he talks about my dad. Let me see if I can find it. Let me just do this. Oh, I was right there. So, I'm just trying to talk, you know, a little bit of trash maybe, but I mean, I'm just being like, oh, clearly you're not confident in your clan's ability, which I'm referring to, you know, your clan's ability to hold the base for 4 hours. In all aspects, you know, standbys, just skill to hold the base, you know. He goes on here, and then he calls me a dreadful human being, get a bit personal. I talked about his clan, he talks about me. So, there's a difference between that. Then he goes, does your dad still have his name tattooed on his left arm? Tattoo saying, Ron. Well, he does still have that tattoo. He's had it forever. And yes, you're right, he has that tattoo. So I know what he did here. He went to my Facebook and he saw that I know exactly how he got the information. He has it lists my dad as my family. He went through my dad's profile pictures, and then what he did was he went to my dad's profile picture. He saw the tattoo, and then he went to my dad's, also the family on his, and he saw his daughter was Brianna. That's how he got the information. So it's not really a good dox. I mean, people can do a lot better doxing than that, like actually get addresses and stuff. It's not really a good dox. But either way, it just shows how low he is. Like, he didn't even do a good dox, which is kind of sad. If you're going to do a dox, at least do a good one. But it's kind of sad that he tried to pull up this information, and one, he didn't even get good information. Like, I know exactly how he got the information, so it's not intimidating in that aspect. And it's sad that he has to stoop to this level when I go to him, because he obviously was preparing this, right? He knew I was going to come up and try and schedule a raid with him. You know, I kind of assumed since they were defending this time, they would come and schedule a raid with us, but no, I had to contact them. I had to be the one to contact them, just like I was the one to contact them in the last raid. But besides that, he knew that we were going to come contact him. So I got the information ready. He's like, oh, Watchman's going to come contact me about a raid soon. I'm going to go get information about his family and try and intimidate him that I know this information on his family. And I'm going to intimidate him when he comes to try and schedule a raid with him. Funny. Besides that low level that Bush did with that, let me just exit out of this. That Bush did with that, with the whole doxing thing and trying to intimidate me based on family things. Let me just scroll up here and show you guys how he's been dodging our comp matches. And we've only done one raid with them. We found them in open lobbies, and every time we find SGC members in open lobbies, they just back out. Like, they just straight up back out. They see Iron Brigade, they just back. They just leave. They don't want to mess with us. That's literally how it works. And it's usually been 3 or more. I mean, a lot of times it's been like 1 or 2, but it's been 3 or more a lot of times with the agreed ROE in order to claim a win. And they just back out whenever we start engaging them, and whenever they see us join the lobby, they just leave. Alright, so here's from a couple months ago when the whole war started. And here's what Bush says. I'm declaring war on whatever it is you created. It's pathetic that you're attempting to poach members. SGC challenges you to competitive matches and raid matches. Let me know when you can support a raid. Alright, well, I let him know. We've been doing raids. We've been engaging his forces in open lobbies. We've been trying to schedule raids. We've been trying to schedule competitive matches. And he just hasn't been doing it. We have to schedule the raid matches, even though he's the one who declared war. Because, and let me say this too, because he says we poached members, right? Well, here's what happened. Iron Brigade, I went offline for about 40 days to go to Fort Irwin, California to do some training, since I'm active duty. So during those 40 days, Iron Brigade was still up and running, but it was at a low activity, low member count. I wasn't online to fix it, right? We had a couple NCOs trying to keep things up, but they weren't exactly qualified to run a whole clan. When I came back, I tried to, start things up again, and pretty much I just was like, fuck it. And SGC came up. I thought they were going to be a good clan. I thought Bush was, a good leader. I thought he knew what he was doing because he has experience in the community. I was wrong. But I got kicked out of SGC because, a point where, I just didn't care about the clan enough. And I'm sure everyone's been in this situation in clans. But when you just don't care about the clan, so you just don't care about following the rules. And there were stupid rules anyways. But I got kicked out because I joined an open lobby. Pretty much. And his members have been joining open lobbies. They haven't got kicked out. So it's a double standard. The reason he really kicked me out because he was worried that I brought all these members into SGC, and then he was worried that I was going to gain power and try and do something. So he just kicked me out. He just found a reason, and then he kicked me out of the clan before I could do anything too harmful. But when I backed out, we started Iron Brigade back up. Me and Corrupty started Iron Brigade back up in a couple weeks. And then we just tried to get our old members back. The Iron Brigade OGs. Only one person stayed in SGC. The rest came with us. But that's pretty much why the war happened. But it's funny that he says, SGC challenges you to competitive matches and raid matches. Alright. Well, we've been trying to do competitive matches. See, because you noticed during the beginning of this conversation, I asked, let me try and find it. I asked to do a 4v4. Oh, and by the way, like I said, I'd show you. The raid, he said... no, wait, hold on. Alright, so here's when they showed up late to the raid, which was... Yeah, this was 2 weeks ago. The last raid we did was 2 weeks ago, and this is supposed to be a war. It's ridiculous. But the last raid we did was 2 weeks ago. They were late to that raid. I heard it because Bush got on late, and then he wanted to do a training session with his guys. So it was like an hour and 30 minutes late or something. So here I go. Raid's still in half an hour. And then, he responds pretty late to that. But I was trying to contact him before the raid to confirm it. And then we were ready anyways, even though he wasn't responding. He responds, and this is late. And they said, yeah, we can't do 4-hour raid. We can do 2. I value my time. And then he goes here. And then I say, yeah, I mean, you can attack for 2, but when we attack, it's going to be the agreed for. Like, it's going to be the agreed for when we attack. And then he says, deal. Which is funny, because back down here, he goes, hey, we can only do 2 hours. Hey, you guys said when we attack next time in the next raid, it's agreed for. And we agreed for, and like I said, everyone can watch the ROE video. We also posted it in the Discord, the community Discord server during the time. So, there's always that. But another thing here is, you know, I just said, hey, how about a raid? I give them an exact time and an exact day, right? Even, you know, Eastern time, exact time, right? And then I said, and after we can do a 4v4. He just doesn't respond after this. Like, he just completely doesn't respond. Before this, he was responding about every minute to me, so you know he was there. He just doesn't respond right now. And then, you see, when I first contact him right here, I say, hey, can we schedule a raid and a 4v4? And then he goes, hey, we can do a raid. Alright. And then once he, you know, we're trying to talk about the raid, he doesn't respond to the 4v4. He says nothing about it. Even though before he says SGC challenges you to competitive matches and raids, right? He doesn't respond to the 4v4. He says we can do a raid. And then he gets personal. Remember all the stuff I was talking about before. Then he gets personal. He tries to intimidate me with the family stuff. Then he goes and tries to be like, hey, we can't do the 4 hours. We can do 2, though. He knows that, you know, I'm going to be like, no, we're doing 4. And then it's going to cause contention. And then we're not going to do the raid. That's his goal there with saying we can do 2. But he's just trying to dodge. He's just trying to dodge. And then I'll show you further proof. Let's go to the community server here. And then let's go down to the BattleNet. And let's see if I can find it. Let's do 4v4. Enter. Scroll down. Alright, here it is. So here I say Stargate Command. I even mentioned them, so everyone in Stargate Command got that, including Bush. We would like to schedule a 4v4 sometime this week. This was actually before the first raid we did. If you notice, no response from anybody. You notice how they're white? Stargate Command's color is white in this server. No response from anybody in Stargate Command about the 4v4. At all. And I know this is just hearsay because I don't have proof of it, because I didn't record this conversation. But we asked him to do a 4v4 in a party once, and then his response to it was, well, we don't want to do it because then it just shows those 4 members of your clan and their skill rather than your whole clan. That's what he said. That he doesn't want to do it because it shows the 4, best members of our clan versus the 4 best members of his clan. And it doesn't prove the clan skill. It just proves those 4 members' skill. Alright? But remember, when he declared the war, he said, we challenge you to competitive matches and raids. Remember. And then he starts denying it. I think he just thought that we were going to be a weak clan, and then when he saw that we have good comp players, we have good, we have good raid tactics, we have all this stuff, we're organized, then he just started to back out. He doesn't want to do the raid, he doesn't want to do the war anymore, he just doesn't want to do it. I mean, he's just backing out pretty much. I mean, this is the real SGC right here. This is the real SGC. They dodge raids. They literally don't do anything with any other clans. Like, it's not just us. Like, I'm pretty sure InGen's been trying to contact them. Other clans, like, they'll do clans against, like I think they did a raid against God's Army. Like, yeah, you're gonna beat them, of course. But they won't do raids against good clans. That's the thing. They won't do competitive matches against good clans. You know, that's the thing about this, and I know why he's acting like this, because one, his clan's falling apart. He has a lot of BKs in his clans. All the good members that join his clan, he can't retain them at all. So he has no 4v4 lineup, no good people with 4v4s. One of his best, NCOs recently, Tempapi, he left. So that was one of his only good members, and probably the best guy in his clan, but the best leader in his clan, Tempapi, he left the clan recently. And it's just not going good for him. I mean, I know a lot of the members in his clan, and they're really not that good at raids or at competitive. So it makes sense about all this stuff that he's trying to do. And Bush himself isn't good. Bush isn't good himself. Plus his members aren't good. Stargate Command, I hope you guys wake up and see that your leader is a complete joke. If not, I hope to actually do stuff with you, get some activity in this community. Have a fun war. Wars can be fun, so, get some fun in this war by actually shooting at each other, what you're supposed to do in a war. As you see here, I've been trying to schedule stuff, so pretty much it's just your leader that doesn't want to do it. So, Stargate Command, I hope either you realize that you're in a bad clan and you join a different clan, or you just, Bush, you just start doing stuff with us, because it's really irritating. It's a really boring war right now. And, I hope you can just stop these childish tactics. Like, passenger seats. You use passenger seats. We win. No, dude, that's completely ridiculous. No clan would do that. Like, that's ridiculous. And about this personal attack things, he's personally attacking me, insulting me. I've never personally attacked him. I attack his clan, but that's just part of a war. That's just part of the community. It should talk each other's clan. But I haven't personally attacked him. Alright? And then he goes and tries to intimidate me by getting information about my family, which was a pretty bad dox. Pull my IP, get my address. That would be a little bit better. But no, he goes through Facebook and does some digging on Facebook and thinks that's gonna intimidate me. That's not gonna intimidate me, dude. But it's just ridiculous. Bush, he's afraid of us now. He won't do anything. That's why he had to claim the passenger seats and all, because he knows he won't get a win off us. And now that he thinks he got a win because he claimed that raid violation, he's just not going to do anything because he's like, oh, we have one win. Yep, we're not going to do anything now because we're in the lead, even though we have 2 wins against you. It's 2 wins we have, 0 losses, and 2 ties. Ties were both because of blagouts, and the wins were both because SGC forces, we just engaged them and then they just left. Because Bush doesn't train his men properly about what to do when Iron Brigade attacks them. He tells them to just leave the game. That's what he tells them. That's what Bush tells his members to do. To just leave when they get attacked by war enemies. If you're in this clan, rather than doing matchmaking in Rumble Pit, and Area, and whatever that game is, Area, it's like Juggernaut, but his version of it. Yeah, rather than doing that, come join a good clan. Come and actually engage people, get into raids, engagements, competitive matches. Training sessions, whatever. Stargate Command, it's just a complete joke. Maybe they were good back in the day. I can't really speak on that. I didn't have any experience with them, but no. Right now, they're just acting dumb. They declared war on us, and they're just not doing anything. I know I'm just rambling at this point, but just let everyone know. This clan's not good, and they're dodging us. He's trying shitty tactics like pulling my personal information to try and intimidate me. That's his way to fight me. Remember, there's more than one way to fight in a war? Yeah, that's his way to fight me. Completely ridiculous. Have a good day.